Gunline. Fire mission coming down. I'm your host, Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gunline podcast, where we chop it up and shoot the breeze like we would out in the field. So go on ahead and pop a squat because it's about to get hot. You are on the gun line now. God, I love that sound. There's nothing better than the sound of lobbing a 105 or a 155 millimeter round downrange and getting that smell of wolf punani right in the face, and start choking and gagging on that smoke. It's just something about it, man, that if you haven't experienced it, you have to. Being an artilleryman, we live for that. So, anywho, welcome to the On the Gunline podcast. If this is your first time, thank you for coming over here. The reason it's called the On the Gunline podcast is because out in the field, when you're in the military, if you're in the field artillery specifically, you go to the gun line where all the cannons are and chop it up and shoot the shit, man, and just have good conversation. You have different sections having different topics about everything, from politics to religion to your wife screwing Jody, and to shit. Another net will have somebody talking about, having some disabled chick beating them guts up doggy style. And then you come to my net and we'll have a discussion like we're about to have right now, which is basically civilians. Civilians. There's no need for you to pay $18,000 to go get berated and treated like shit for 3 days. The military will pay you, some places, $18,000 bonus to sign up, and they'll do that to you every day for at least 13 weeks. So what am I talking about? Well, this is going to be shout out to nickymgtv. I always go to his YouTube channel because he has good content out there, and I like to view it and use it as a reaction type deal. This could have been done as a reaction video, as VETBRO Reacts. I'm going to say something. I got something else for that tomorrow. This is going to be a podcast about, people who pretty much are what Jesse Lee Peterson would call
beta,
and end up trying to go and just do some shit that if I saw, I'd probably be like,
gay.
Yeah, for real, y'all. Because these dudes, well, let's go ahead and put the clip out, man. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. So if you're listening to us on Spotify, I do believe I have visual there as well, so you can see the video there, or here on YouTube, you'll be able to see it here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and share this video, dude, and it's, again, to me, it's just ridiculous on what they're doing. Let's go ahead and I'm just gonna point it out. So shout out nickymgtv for this video.
Here's what. Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Get the fuck off me. I'm not touching you. See your eyes already. Your fucking souls are mine.
Yeah, so get over here, you're going to be some kind of meritocracy. I don't even know if I use that word right, but it doesn't matter because I'm in charge.
That fool said, I don't even know if I use that word right, but it doesn't matter because I'm in charge. That reminds me of one of my old drill sergeants. No bullshit. He used to say, my bad, your fault, private. Oh, my God.
The weakness in our country.
They're paying $18,000.
I'm going to pull you down the hill.
And why does the project get so much hate on the internet? It's like, it's the
Hater
cool
right
thing
here.
to do. I don't know if you've seen them. There's entire YouTube channels and people that have dedicated their lives.
All right. So from here, Nicky MGTV goes on into his spill. But I tell you, $18,000 to be treated like that for 3 fucking days, you out of your goddamn motherfucking mind. You could pay me half of that, and I'll just give you a stern talking to and write you up a counseling statement. How about that? You don't even, you know what? Not cancel that. I'll give you some wall-to-wall counseling for $3,000 a pop, and I'll tell you how fucked up you are and how much of a beta
Beta.
that you are. This is ridiculous, y'all. Have we really gotten to this point that because you decided not to join the military and you feel so what's the word I'm looking for? Beneath, I guess, in society, that you have to go and get berated for 3 days and talk shit upon and shit on for 3 days by these other men to make you feel like you're complete? Are you looking for that kind of attention? I mean, shit, I get it. I'm the type of person that I like to belong. You know, I feel the need to belong to something greater than myself. However, if you got $18,000 to just throw away like that, my boy, you got nothing to worry about, pimp. You just do you. Do what you know. What these guys are probably going through a midlife crisis, maybe that's what's going on, and this is their way of dealing with it. What does let's see what Nikki has to say about it. Oh shit.
Judging it, my opinion based on that. Not saying it's not fake. It is a real program that is out there. However, I will say that this is a program that has been blown up across social media over the past couple of years, essentially because there were issues of people calling it out as a scam and things like that, as it was not worth the value that people were getting out of it.
What we do about that? You guys are in terrible shape. I just would like to let that be known. You're in terrible physical condition.
Well, no shit.
I'm sure your wives and girlfriends are proud.
Now it looks like that is officially coming to a close, as the ringleader of this program, they like to call it that, has essentially said it is game over and the lights are turning off, as the end of the classes are happening in only about 1 or 2 classes.
Hey Nikki, I hate to say this, dog. I'm just gonna throw it out there, but you remind me of Bucky. Any of you like from Texas, y'all know who Bucky is. Bucky's, he kind of has that look. Just throwing that out there, Nikki. You just remind me of Bucky's though, bro.
That are left as of making this video.
The last and final class of the project. 5 years and 20 classes by the time we do our October class. If you follow me on social media, then you know that we are scaling the Squire program, which is a father and son experience. And, it will be the end of the project.
If you guys have never
Okay, check this out. Pause right there. That sounds like something that I could jump into. You know, make like a family bonding type deal with you and your boy. I could see that, because especially with the way kids are growing up nowadays, a lot of kids don't have that father figure. You know what I mean? I think that was um a big shift in our society happened when homes started losing their fathers. You know, when the father was not in the picture, whether because he was a drunk, or he went to prison, or he was just absent, or the mama was a bitch and she kept the child away from the dad. That happened more often than not. But something like this I can get behind, because it's bonding them together, and it kind of goes into the whole reason why veterans seem to feel more comfortable around other veterans. And it was something that I learned recently called trauma bonding. All right. And because we should have that shared experience, we seem to fall in line with each other a lot better than we do with people out here in the civilian sector. All right. So, anywho, these guys are probably getting that experience, and they're going to be brothers for life, after 3 days. But I mean, I don't understand how. Well, maybe they'll break it down more in the video.
heard of the modern day night program, it's been blasted across with advertisements and things like that, as they are people that have military backgrounds that are taking people from an entrepreneur type lifestyle and essentially trying to boost them up and level them up over 75 hours. I don't want to shove any words in their mouth, and they do claim all the time that people are misreading or misrepresenting their entire brand or what is going on here.
One of my favorite ones was this tubby guy with long hair sitting on his mother's living room floor with a microphone, and he's given every fact incorrectly. He's like, there they are in the back of Walmart parking lot, like putting men through this for $18,000 for 75 hours, and they get nothing else out of it. And it's like,
so I'll read straight from their.
So hold up. I hate. Sorry, Bucky. Got to cut you off. First of all, The audacity that you have to be charging 18 G's, bro. I'll give it to you. That's some good business marketing, man. You doing what you do. You know, you're physically fit. You look like, you know, you're the type that is just, you know, buffed up and gym broing, and that's cool, man. Do you? I'm not hating on your I'm not hating on your business. I just find it not misleading, but kind of like bro, you're taking advantage of people in their weak moments and you're stealing from them. That's kind of the way I look at it.
Site real quick so I don't mess this up. They say your family deserves the best version of you as a leader, husband, and father. And as you can see here, there have been several classes since 2019, and it says sold out across the board. Class that they're currently having did not have a fully sold out, or people just didn't show up. But as you can see, and you'll see here that there are 6 different
All right, we're gonna
opportunities.
skip this.
This in-depth experience is for men who are seriously ready and tired of making excuses. This in-depth experience and leaders who are ready to sign up because that's what they're trying to make their money on. It's a
All right, go back. I want to see something real quick. Look at these gentlemen. They're all military age males. Every single one of them is a military age fucking male. They can still join the military, possibly get a bonus for it of 18,000 and skip all this bullshit. Really earn the title of a soldier, really earn the title of a Marine, a sailor, or airman, or fuck, even now, ET, you know, Space Force. So, dude, why are dude, I just don't get it. You guys are so desperate for fucking attention or for your family deserves the best version of you as a leader, husband, and father. You should have a good wife that's also helping you develop to be that husband, that leader, that father. You know what I mean? But moving on.
trying to make their money on. They say, attention, the modern day night project is only for entrepreneurs, executives, and leaders who are ready for a serious breakthrough in all
Breakthrough through your pockets.
caps. This exclusive experience isn't for anyone who's just starting their self-development journey. This in-depth experience is for men who are seriously ready and tired of making excuses. And they said many men are secretly fighting a battle within them that no one knows about. I know this personally because I was one of those men. You're suffering in silence and pushing through life and business. Some days you're barely holding it together. It doesn't have to be that way. Just make sure you guys cue the dramatic music as that plays. That way it motivates people as they need to get off their couch or get out of their desk in their cubicle to make sure they're doing this.
Mhm.
They say it all starts with a 75-hour crucible. This 3-day experience is one of the toughest physical and mental challenges you'll experience, and it's designed to help you shatter your self-doubt and limiting beliefs, gain clarity in your life's work and purpose, heal from trauma that makes you feel broken and unworthy, dig deep into your past and uncover the experiences that are holding you back from achieving greater levels of success in your life.
Check it. I got an easier way for you to do all that. All right. Shatter your self doubt and limiting beliefs, gain clarity in your life's work and purpose, heal trauma that makes you feel broken and unworthy, dig deep into your past and uncover the experiences that are holding you back from achieving greater levels of success. I'm going to save you $18,000, y'all. I'm going to save you $18,000 right now. It'll cost you a little bit of money, but not that much. Go find your nearest friend who goes to Burning Man or who goes to South by Southwest or hangs around the hippies. All right. Ask them to hook you up with somebody who can provide you some shrooms. There it is. Shrooms. If not, you want a little bit more intense. I heard DMT is magic. And if you do want to shell out 18 G's like that, take a trip down to South America. All right. Get yourself one of those healers in a village and do some ayahuasca because that will help you with all this shit right here. All right. All of it. And it'll give you at least, I'm talking shit, but I've heard, just from what I've heard, it's done wonders for people, especially honestly the shrooms. I've heard that it's done wonders for others. And one day I will personally do some to help with my stuff in my background. but I can't right now because I'm on probation. So moving on.
Wow. Really preying on the insecurities of the modern day male.
That's what I
That
said,
are out
bro.
there. I don't know if I would say I'm totally against the idea of masculinity, of like, yeah, try and make men feel empowered. I'm not against that. But I mean, like, the idea of preying on that at this dollar value, which we'll discuss, is where I kind of have issues with this. And
Facts.
across social media, everyone else has had issues with this as well. Some of their other attributes here are, it says, if you're on this page, recognize that some men seem to have it all, a balance in their 4 Fs: faith, fitness, family, and finances. And by the way,
bro, finances, you want to talk about, you're breaking their fucking finances at 18 fucking G's.
A lot of people are knocking this as a fake boot camp because there's so much crossover from this. I'll show a clip from their graduating class. Look at this of them doing push-ups.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2. 1, 2, 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. 1, 2, 3. 5.
That's the
That's
same
not even a
stuff
fucking
that we
push-up he
see
was
in
doing.
boot camp, or the same stuff you do in the military in general. And that is where a lot of people are like, why not just go do that? If you want the
Facts.
credibility, if you want the breakthrough, you want that experience, go do that. Sucks is you have instructors, which we'll get to their credentials as well, and they know these guys are never going to be them. They want to say that they are like them, but the reality is I don't think that they will ever look at them as the same as equals, because there will be always a power dynamic of someone paying versus the receiver of that payment or offering these courses.
Well, not only that, homie, but these fools that are instructing were actually part of the brotherhood of veterans. You know what I mean? So there is a brotherhood that bonds us, which, regardless, at the end of the day, we all suffered the same shit, whether it was in boot camp, deployments. The military lifestyle itself is a culture that, or a subculture that it's not for everybody. You know, it's really not. And those guys gave up on themselves the moment they decided not to go to the recruiter.
Now let's talk about the crucible. So again, the push-ups, we'll talk about the crucible of the Marines, which use that title as their final training evolution of this, where I will tell you, as somebody that I have personally covered high-risk training and done it over at BUDS. I've done it over at Marine Corps recruit training. I've done it for various officer trainings as well. Thousands of hours that these individuals forget that they were, if they were ever in these situations of training in the military, do not hold the same bar of training. They had checks and balances. They had people that were above them that dictated what training was done, how it was done, when it was done, where it was done. And so them creating this class is great, but they forget they were acting on behalf in these capacities as the U.S. military under the U.S. government, which I can tell you provides a ton of protection. On top of that, they don't have the legal ramifications that you'd ever face as long as they are acting within the scope and professionalism of what they were assigned to do in the military. They essentially get to do these types of trainings.
Bucky, you I love you, dog, but you're making it hard for me. Come on.
Right now, if they go above and beyond that, that's when they get kicked out. That's when they get in trouble in the military. But these guys,
I don't care about
if
legal
that
issues.
is having any truth, but I doubt they would, because that would ruin their brand. On top of that, as able to actually identify high-risk issues that could happen medically, I will tell you one of those being rhabdomyolysis, which is breakdown of the muscles, which
all right, he's gonna get into legal shit. I'm not doing all that, not medical issues. Let's talk about what's this? Most replayed. What's this?
So your first instructor is Bedros Keuilian. He has a YouTube channel of 700,000 plus. It says he's the founder of global fitness franchise Fit and Body Bootcamp, and he's the founder of the project. There is also the former Marine and co-founder of the project, Steve Eckert, which, by the way, if you looked at his LinkedIn, for most Marines would laugh at this. It shows that he was an air winger. Most people that are Marines would laugh because of the fact that you're not even infantry doing this, where I don't think you need to be infantry in the Marine Corps to have all credibility and, high standing.
Bro. Okay. Bro, you might as well just said he was S1. I'll just say that.
Power, but it looks like he's fit, looks like he's coming at it from the cloud sphere of what the Marine Corps is taught. But we all do know that the infantry side definitely has a tougher experience, and he's not leading from the same experience that fellow Marines in this program that instructors have been teaching from. And that's because the next
and again, dude, I was a cannon crew member, field artillery, and we are considered combat arms. All right. Our way of life, our way of thinking in combat arms is a lot different than it is for somebody in the soft skills, somebody that's not in combat arms. All right, so it's different discipline. It's just a different way of life. Call me on my bullshit if you want, but it really fucking is. That's why, I'm against having females in combat arms, because it's our lifestyle is it's the last place that a man could be a fucking man, dude. You know. But now, anyways, they bring broads in and it just fucks up the whole program. Now we got EO complaints and Sharp. That's a whole other story for another day. All right. Former Marine Raider and Recon. All right. So this guy's about the business.
Person here is Nick Kumatosis. He's a former Marine Raider and Recon. If you didn't know that, you should know it, because that's his entire tagline for all of his social media and things that he tries to adapt.
By the way, can we talk about my haircut? I'm looking fucking pimping today. All right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And by the way, Gunners Collective, how's the hair look today? If you're watching this, Gunners Collective, how's it look? Last time he tried to call me out because I had a little curl hanging out and shit. Now, shout out Gunners Collective, man. Go check out his content. He's got some great content. If you're looking to the prison stories, prison genre, all about it. Him and Dubs. I would highly recommend them. All right. Anyway, moving on.
Dabble into, and then you have William Barnum, which is a former Navy SEAL. I had not heard of him prior. And then there's Chris Weichman, which is a retired U.S. Air Force survival, evasion, resistance, and escape specialist.
All right. So these last three guys, they seem to have all the qualifications and all that shit. Right on. Hey, more power to you. Cool. But does that qualify you for 18,000 divided by?
Look at those titles, look at those experiences, and say, do you think that the risk mitigation that I've discussed and the checks and balances, do you think that they would have enough skill set to hold a program like this? And from some of the clips I've already shown as well of what you're getting a taste of from this training. So let's get to the cost of it.
I don't care about the risk factors or I'm sure they all do a fucking risk mitigation, or what's that shit, that risk matrix that we used to have to fucking do, the task conditions and standards and all that bullshit. I'm sure they got all that taken down. They make sure they got that down to a T. The point still is that they're taking advantage of these weak-minded, big, deep-pocketed people and trying to make them feel as if they're something that they're never going to be, and that's going to be a fucking warrior mindset. All right? You have to have a certain type of fucking mentality, bro, to succeed in the military, to even pass basic training. Even some of those shitbags that they pushed on through, they still, at least they have the balls to fucking do it. Unlike some of these people that are paying 18 G's to be treated like shit because they get to go home in 3 days.
If these former entrepreneurs, recon Marines, regular air winger Marines, SEER instructor Air Force guys are actually worth their weight in gold, because this program is quite hefty. Now, that is because this program is $18,000, which is listed on their page. And if you can see, they have 37 spots per class. Now, if you calculate this, this would be around
I'm no Asian, all right, but I think that's a lot of fucking money.
$2 million per year if they did 4 classes or even 3 classes, which would be around that dollar amount. And I do have to annotate that it does say sold out. Maybe they got money for all of these, but on one of the recent clips on the MDK Instagram, it shows that this class was not actually filled up, but their site said it was sold out. I'll play that right here.
7 of you deserve this graduation. 7 of you earned this graduation.
Earned what?
25 that had,
what did you fucking earn?
19 that showed.
Look, I get it. They're buff, fit motherfuckers that you want to, you kind of want to emulate, I guess, right? Dude, those 18 G's, you want those muscles? Go get the fucking surgeries done, man. Nowadays, that's what these motherfuckers are doing anyway. Go be like the bitches that get the Brazilian butt lifts or the fake lips and the fake tits. Dude, get yourself some fake biceps, some fake triceps, some fake chesticles, or what do they call this shit here, pectorals, and look good. You know what I'm saying? 18,000, my man.
7 of you earned this graduation.
Earned what?
And so with that said, class 019 of the project, you are secured.
I'm sorry, but to that, as soon as I heard that bell, the only thing I could hear was this.
So as you can see, only 7 graduated. I would hope that if I paid $18,000, you would just say you get it. Because I
Yeah,
mean,
for
I'm
real.
coming from a place if I paid money for this out of the 19 that are there. So I don't believe in participation trophies, but I'm like, they paid to get the experience.
For real,
Just
dude.
give them the medal, say they made it, is kind of where I'm at with this. And to say, hey, you tried, but you didn't make it, I think that should.
We get what you're saying, dog. It's a participation. They should have at least gotten a trophy for that shit. All right, let's go ahead and see what else he has. I don't care about the mental health. Let's talk about the military. Oh, there was something I saw in here. Military. All right.
These are the dudes that I guarantee are miserable in their life. They're not doing anything. They're just talking shit about the people who are doing because they're doing shit. They'll say, why don't you just join the military? Well, because every motherfucker doesn't want to or need to go join the military for 4 years and go off to war and whatever else. It has nothing to do with the military. It has to do with a whole different realm than the military. It has nothing to do with it.
And actually, you can speak on this because you were in the Marine Corps. You also are the lead instructor at the project. How similar is the military and what we do, or to what we do at the project for those 75
Well, in the
hours?
military, first of all, if you just take any 3-day period, the project is absolutely harder than any 3-day in military boot camp, just if you take 3 for 3. But in the military, you know, you're on a contract, you're there for 4 years, your boot camp is lasting 13 weeks. It's not just 3 days. So it's a whole different realm. You know, there's a possibility of you going off to war. There's all these other things going on that are variables into it. Has nothing to do with the military. These guys have no desire or need to go into the military, especially at certain different, they're all in different points of their life. It has nothing to do with the military. They just want to have something to say to talk shit about it.
And I feel like from a military dude to other military dudes, I can break this down a little bit further.
Break it down, please.
Someone that's been through high-risk training, someone that's actually conducted the supervision of high-risk training, I can actually bring a lot of stuff to this where I'm like, this needed to end a couple years ago.
What? Yeah, what's up?
I was wondering.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Shh, I'm recording a podcast here.
Or even from the start. Number one is they talk a lot about mental health from this. None of the people here are mental health professionals. None of them have any education or background in it, other than they've had anecdotal experiences of getting over trials and tribulations through
Man,
some of
fuck
their
the
own
mental health. I don't
experience,
give a
which
shit
I do
about
find
that.
value in, but they are
What a-
point of authority where
All right, let's
immediately
go.
show up and that's it. And the idea of any military training, whether it be Marine Corps boot camp, Navy, whatever, is to try and break you down.
Mhm.
And that takes a couple days, week, whatever else. However, once that breakdown does occur and
The
you shave your
buildup.
head, you're no longer dressed the way you normally would dress, and you're in a totally new environment, you're being shocked by all these things. That is something you have to understand, that when you are in training like this, 75 hours is not enough to break you down. We understand
Obviously.
that in any military training, it is breakdown, build up,
Mhm.
and it is to teach you things, right? So it's not
Mhm.
all just yelling. So it is to teach you things, let you practice them, let you try and be tested on those things, and then go out and execute those things, because that is how training actually occurs.
Preach, Bucky.
Not over 75 hours. And I already know I'm going to get all the guys that are on this course or program to say, but Nikki, we do coaching for a whole 12 months after this.
Ooh.
Is that weekly? Is that daily? Is that monthly? When are those trainings happening? You're at a distance at this point. Whereas military training, you are there every single second of the day, where
Mhm.
it allows for that nuanced training to occur at a transformative rate over weeks and even months. And my last thoughts on this are the ideas that the coaching is going to continue on as you're going into the last class and they're promoting it. They're going to tell you, yeah, we're going to give you guys full 12 months of our best effort. I doubt that's going to happen, because they are already talking
They already
about
got paid,
moving
bro.
on to the next project. So if I
Mhm.
was a person that was looking to go into the next class, I would say, like, well, are you really invested in me if this is the 12 months after you're shutting down this program? Sure, you have to deliver it, but are you truly invested like you were in previous class? As always, the conversation of whether this training is
All right, he's talking too much for me. Bucky, hey, y'all go check out the whole video. We pretty much saw most of it here already, but he gets really deep into it. We got the gist of it, Bucky's. I appreciate you. Nothing but love. That's hey, Bucky's. One day, if you want to come on the Gunline podcast, I would love to have you on here. Shout out to him. I love the content that you do. And for those that are sailors, y'all can relate to him. Go check out also Sea Stories podcast with the homie Adam. He's got a new one that just dropped called something about the blessing in disguise. I've been listening to that one today. So, anyways, y'all go check him out. He's on YouTube. He's on Spotify. Go check out nickymgtv here on him. I'll most likely go ahead and link it on here. I appreciate you. Hope you don't get mad that I'm using your content to do my content, but hey, you know, one hand washes the other, baby. You know what I'm saying? All right, with that said, rounds complete, end of mission, gun line out. Deuces. Shit, is this going to be a VETBRO reaction or a podcast? Man, we'll send that as a podcast. See y'all. Deuces.